Just do it. No more procrastination. Welcome, dear Stoic Becoming Adventures. Nice to have you back. Imagine for a moment that the most powerful tool for overcoming procrastination isn't a productivity app, a time management hack, or the latest trending technique. What if that tool is already within you, waiting to be recognized and harnessed? This isn't a theoretical idea. It's a truth grounded in the wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided countless individuals throughout history toward a life of purpose, resilience, and inner peace. Procrastination, the habit of delaying important tasks, is something we all struggle with. It silently steals our time, sabotages our goals, and often leaves us filled with regret. But what if I told you that the antidote to procrastination isn't external? Stoicism teaches us that the solution lies not in gadgets or shortcuts, but in mastering our own minds and aligning our actions with our core values. Despite the distractions of modern life, we possess an unshakable foundation for productivity, purpose, and peace. Today we will delve into the root causes of procrastination and explore how timeless Stoic principles can transform how we approach tasks, time, and ultimately, our lives. This is more than just a method for ticking off tasks. It's about rediscovering your inherent power to act with intention and live in harmony with your highest self. If you're ready to break free from the chains of procrastination and unlock the doors to personal freedom, productivity, and fulfillment, you're in the right place. Embrace this journey and remember, if you're here, you're not like everyone else. You are exceptional, and it's time to act like it. Your path to mastering procrastination through Stoic wisdom starts now. Don't skip any part of this. 1. Relevant Stoic principles in overcoming procrastination. At the core of Stoicism is a deep understanding of human nature and our interaction with the world. To truly appreciate how this ancient philosophy can assist us in overcoming procrastination, we must first explore its fundamental principles. The dichotomy of control. A pivotal teaching of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a notable Stoic philosopher, wisely articulated that some things are within our control while others are not. This simple yet profound concept is fundamental to Stoic thought, especially when it comes to procrastination. Recognizing what we can control is essential. Although we cannot dictate external deadlines, the complexity of tasks, or the distractions around us, we do possess complete control over our thoughts, judgments, and the actions we take in response to these situations. Reflect for a moment on how often we procrastinate because we feel overwhelmed by factors outside our control. The Stoic perspective urges us to redirect our attention. Rather than becoming fixated on the daunting nature of a project or the fear of failure, we should focus on what we can influence: our effort, our mindset, and our commitment to taking action, regardless of how small it may seem. Virtuous action. Another crucial Stoic principle relevant to overcoming procrastination is the emphasis on virtuous action. The Stoics maintained that a good life is one lived in accordance with virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. Procrastination often signifies a lapse in self-control, a brief departure from our commitment to these virtues. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Recognize this, and you will find strength." This inner strength enables us to choose virtuous action over fleeting comfort or distraction. When we procrastinate, we frequently select short-term pleasure or avoidance rather than the long-term fulfillment derived from realizing our potential and aligning our actions with our values. The present moment. The Stoic focus on the present moment serves as another powerful remedy for procrastination. Seneca, a renowned Stoic thinker, cautioned, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. Procrastination essentially denies the present moment. It entails postponing what can and should be accomplished now for a projected future. By concentrating on the present and fully experiencing each moment, we diminish procrastination's power. The Stoics teach that the present, this very moment, is all we genuinely possess. The past is behind us, and the future remains uncertain, but the present is where action, change, and progress happen. Negative visualization. Lastly, we must reflect on the Stoic practice of negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum. This technique involves envisioning worst-case scenarios, not to induce anxiety, but to mentally and emotionally prepare for challenges. How does this connect to procrastination? Frequently, we delay tasks out of fear of failure, imperfection, or discomfort. By imagining these potential outcomes and acknowledging them, we can recognize our capacity to handle them, thereby lessening procrastination's emotional grip. Consider what the worst outcome could be if you faced that intimidating task right now. You might struggle or even fail initially, but as Epictetus reassures us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The Stoics remind us that temporary discomfort or failure is not only acceptable, but often necessary for growth and eventual success. These Stoic principles, focusing on what we can control, committing to virtuous action, living in the present moment, and preparing for challenges, provide a powerful framework for tackling procrastination. They help shift our perspective from avoidance and fear to acceptance and action. As we internalize these principles, we begin to view procrastination not as an insurmountable obstacle, but as an opportunity to cultivate wisdom, exercise courage, and enhance our self-discipline. Every moment we choose action over delay and purpose over distraction, we are not merely completing tasks. We are building character, living our values, and advancing toward our highest potential. In the next section, we will explore how to translate these Stoic insights into practical techniques for overcoming procrastination in our daily lives. Remember, the goal isn't just to be more productive, it's to live more fully, more intentionally, and more aligned with our true selves. The Stoics have provided us with the tools to achieve this. 2 practical Stoic techniques to combat procrastination. Having established the philosophical foundation of Stoicism, let's explore practical techniques you can implement today to overcome procrastination. These methods go beyond mere productivity hacks. They are tested strategies for aligning your actions with your values and living with greater purpose and effectiveness. Breaking tasks into smaller parts. The Stoics understood the power of incremental progress. Seneca advised us to divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. This approach is particularly effective for overwhelming tasks. When faced with a large project, instead of thinking, "I need to write a 20-page report," reframe it to, "I'll start by creating an outline," or "I'll write the introduction today." This technique emphasizes what is within our control. While the entire project may seem daunting, taking that first small step is entirely within your power. Each completed task builds momentum and confidence, making the next step easier. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You must build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal." Practicing negative visualization. Negative visualization is a potent Stoic tool against procrastination. Often we delay tasks due to anxiety about potential negative outcomes. By confronting these fears head-on, we can diminish their power. Take a moment to visualize the worst-case scenario if you tackle the task you've been avoiding. What's the worst that could happen? You might struggle, or the outcome might not be perfect. Now ask yourself, can I handle that? The answer is almost always yes. Epictetus reminds us that it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. By mentally preparing for challenges, you bolster your resilience and reduce the anxiety that fuels procrastination. Using memento mori to create urgency. The principle of memento mori, remember you must die, might seem morbid, but the Stoics used it as a powerful motivator. This concept reminds us of the finite nature of our time and the importance of making the most of each moment. Marcus Aurelius urged us to consider, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. When you feel the urge to procrastinate, remind yourself of the preciousness of time. Ask, if this were my last day, would I spend it scrolling through social media or tackling that important project? This isn't about inducing anxiety, but about recognizing the value of our time and choosing to use it in alignment with our deepest values and goals. Practicing. Mindfulness and present moment. Awareness. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in the present. Procrastination often involves dwelling on past failures or anxiously anticipating future challenges. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we can break this cycle. When you notice procrastination creeping in, pause and take a few deep breaths. Bring your attention to the present moment. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to move forward? Even if it's just opening the document you need to work on, or writing the first sentence, focus on that immediate action. Marcus Aurelius advised us to confine ourselves to the present by fully engaging with the task at hand. Reflecting on your values and long-term goals. The Stoics placed great emphasis on living by one's values. When we procrastinate, we often act against our deeply held principles and long-term aspirations. Take time to reflect on why the task you're avoiding is essential. How does it align with your values? How will completing it contribute to your long-term goals? By connecting your actions to your core values, you can find deeper motivation and purpose. Epictetus said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Regularly reminding yourself of your aspirations creates a powerful counterforce to procrastination. Practicing self-compassion. While Stoicism advocates for discipline and virtue, it also recognizes the importance of self-compassion. Procrastination often leads to a cycle of delay and self-criticism. Breaking this cycle requires treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. When you procrastinate, resist the urge to engage in harsh self-criticism. Instead, approach yourself with the same encouragement you would offer a good friend. Acknowledge that procrastination is a common human struggle, not a personal failure. As Seneca noted, we are more often frightened than hurt. We suffer more from imagination than from reality. By practicing self-compassion, you create a supportive internal environment that makes it easier to take action. Implementing these Stoic techniques requires practice and patience. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but progress. Each time you choose action over procrastination, you're not just completing a task, you're building character, strengthening your will, and moving closer to a life of purpose and virtue. In the words of Epictetus, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Let your actions reflect Stoic wisdom, and as you apply these techniques, you'll find that overcoming procrastination becomes about living a more intentional and purposeful life. 3. Addressing common misconceptions about procrastination and productivity. As we explore the Stoic approach to overcoming procrastination, it's essential to address some common misconceptions that can cloud our judgment and impede our progress. These misunderstandings often lead us astray from a path of productive and purposeful living. Procrastination is laziness. One of the most widespread myths is that procrastination stems from laziness. This misconception couldn't be further from the truth. Procrastination is a complex behavior often rooted in fear, perfectionism, or feelings of overwhelm, rather than being a simple character flaw or moral failing. The Stoic perspective encourages us to dig deeper. As Epictetus stated, "The appearance of things to the mind is the standard of every action to man." Often, our procrastination arises from how we perceive a task or its potential outcomes. By understanding this, we can transform our relationship with the tasks we tend to avoid. Productivity means constant busyness. In today's fast-paced world, many equate productivity with constant busyness. However, the Stoics argue that true productivity is about engaging in meaningful actions that align with our values, not merely keeping ourselves busy. Seneca warned, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." In our quest for productivity, we can easily fill our time with minor tasks while neglecting the important work that truly matters. The Stoic approach prioritizes quality over quantity, selecting actions that are significant and finding the courage to say no to distractions, even when they masquerade as productivity. Motivation always precedes action. Another common trap is the belief that we must wait for motivation to take action. We often think we need to feel inspired or energized before we can start a task. Yet the Stoics would counter that action often precedes motivation. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "You must build up your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal." We generate momentum by taking small, consistent steps, and motivation tends to follow these initial actions. Procrastination is about time management. While improved time management can help mitigate procrastination, it is not the root cause of the issue. Procrastination is often more about managing emotions than merely managing time. The Stoics recognize that our emotions and judgments drive our actions. Epictetus taught, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." When we procrastinate, it's frequently because we have negatively judged the task or doubted our ability to complete it. Addressing procrastination effectively requires focusing on managing our perceptions and emotional responses rather than just trying to fit more into our schedules. Perfection is the goal. Perfectionism is a significant barrier to productivity, causing us to delay starting or completing tasks out of fear that the outcome won't meet our impossible standards. The Stoics remind us that perfection is unattainable. As Epictetus wisely observed, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." While pursuing excellence is commendable, the demand for perfection can be paralyzing. The Stoic approach encourages us to prioritize progress and learning over striving for an unrealistic ideal. By challenging these misconceptions, we can develop a more balanced and realistic approach to productivity and procrastination. The Stoic way is not about becoming a relentless productivity machine. It's about living intentionally, making wise choices about how we spend our time and energy, and continually striving to align our actions with our core values. Embracing this mindset allows us to approach our tasks and responsibilities with clarity, purpose, and resilience, paving the way for a more fulfilling and productive life. 4 real-life scenarios, applying Stoic principles to overcome procrastination. Let's delve into how Stoic wisdom can guide us through common situations where procrastination often arises. Scenario 1. The overwhelming project. Situation. You face a large, complex project at work that feels paralyzing, leading to procrastination. Stoic approach. Embrace the principle of breaking tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Instead of getting overwhelmed by the entire project, focus on one small task you can start immediately, like drafting an outline or conducting initial research. As Marcus Aurelius advised, don't let the whole project intimidate you. Instead, remind yourself, "I will complete this task too, one step at a time." This method helps you build momentum, making each subsequent step feel more attainable. Scenario 2. the fear of failure. Situation: you've been hesitant to start your own business due to a fear of failure, plagued by worries about potential setbacks and criticism. Stoic approach. Negative visualization can be a powerful tool in this context. Consider the worst-case scenario. What if your business fails? Can you cope with that outcome? Most likely you'll realize that even the direst consequences are manageable. Seneca wisely noted that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. By confronting your fears directly, you diminish their control over you. Remember, your worth is not tied to the success or failure of your venture, but rather to your character and the effort you exert. Scenario 3. The distraction of social media. Situation: you intend to work on an important task but find yourself reaching for your phone to scroll through social media instead. Stoic approach. This situation calls for practicing mindfulness and present moment awareness. When you feel the urge to check your phone, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, as Marcus Aurelius might, is this truly the best use of my time right now? Does this action align with my values and goals? By consciously choosing how to spend each moment, you can regain focus and purpose. Scenario 4. The mundane but necessary task situation. You've been procrastinating on tasks like filing your taxes or organizing your finances, activities you find tedious but necessary. Stoic approach. This is an opportunity to practice virtue and duty. The Stoics emphasized the importance of doing what is right, not just what is enjoyable. Epictetus taught us to not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do happen. Reframe the task not as a burden, but as a chance to exercise self-discipline and responsibility. Concentrate on the sense of achievement and tranquility you'll experience once it's completed. Scenario 5. The perfectionist's dilemma. Situation: you're working on a creative project but continuously delay finishing it because it doesn't feel perfect. Stoic approach. Remember that Stoics valued progress over perfection. As Epictetus stated, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The bravery to share your work, even if it's not flawless, is far more valuable than endlessly refining it. Reflect on the principle of memento mori. If your time is limited, which it is, would you choose to spend it endlessly perfecting this project, or would you finish it and move on to more meaningful endeavors? By applying Stoic principles to these real-life scenarios, you can navigate procrastination with clarity and purpose, transforming obstacles into opportunities for personal growth and development. As we conclude our exploration of Stoicism and procrastination, it's essential to reflect inward and apply these principles to our lives. Reflection is key to Stoic practice, allowing us to examine our thoughts, behaviors, and progress. Consider what task or project you are currently procrastinating on, identifying the fears or judgments driving this avoidance. Breaking the task into smaller, manageable parts can make it less daunting. What is one small step you can take right now? Visualize the worst-case scenario of tackling this task. How prepared are you to handle that outcome? Reflect on how completing this task aligns with your values and long-term goals, and consider how you will feel once it's done. Recognize ways you may have been seeking perfection instead of progress, and how you can shift this mindset. Also, assess how often you bring your full attention to the present moment and explore ways to increase mindfulness throughout your day. In what areas have you acted like you have unlimited time, and how might embracing memento mori change your priorities? Journaling your thoughts on these questions can help clarify your ideas and solidify your intentions. Moving from reflection to action, the Stoics believed philosophy should be lived, not merely contemplated. As Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Begin by choosing one task you've been procrastinating on, and commit to taking one small step toward completing it today. Remember, The size of the step doesn't matter. Breaking the cycle is crucial. Engage in negative visualization by spending 5 minutes imagining the worst-case scenario of tackling this task. Then visualize how you would handle that situation. This exercise can empower you to take action despite your fears. Set up a daily reminder for mindfulness. Whether it's a sticky note on your desk or a phone alarm, create cues that bring your attention back to the present moment. Sharing your commitment with someone can foster accountability. Tell a friend or family member about your intention to overcome procrastination using these Stoic principles. At the end of the week, reflect on where you chose purposeful action over procrastination and where you struggled. Use these reflections not for self-judgment, but as valuable insights to inform future choices. Remember, overcoming procrastination isn't about achieving perfection. It's about making consistent progress that aligns with your values and living each day with intention. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. Your power lies in your choices, choosing to act despite discomfort, to pursue what is essential despite distractions. The wisdom of Stoicism offers timeless tools to overcome procrastination and live more fully. Knowledge alone is insufficient. True transformation occurs in applying what you've learned. I challenge you to put this knowledge into practice, starting small but starting today. Choose action over delay, purpose over distraction, and growth over comfort. In doing so, you're not just overcoming procrastination. You're cultivating resilience, building character, and moving closer to living your most fulfilling life. The power to change your relationship with procrastination lies within you, and now, armed with Stoic wisdom, you have the tools to unlock that power. Your journey begins with a single step. Take it now. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Stoicism and procrastination. If you found value in this discussion, please like and share it with others who might benefit. As we conclude, reflect on the profound wisdom Stoicism offers in our battle against procrastination. It's about aligning actions with values and making the most of our precious time. Choose one Stoic technique we discussed and commit to applying it in your life this week, focusing on progress, not perfection. I hope these insights motivate you to take decisive action, overcome obstacles, and reach your goals. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's come together to create a community dedicated to living with intention, integrity, and resilience. Until our next encounter, remain mindful, stay focused, and persistently strive to become the best version of yourself. Until then, see you on the next one.